Here I am. Hey up troops, hey Littleton here again with another video, and this time we're going to be looking at zero cams on the 3 newest maps, Lair, Nighthaven Labs, and the Consulate rework. If you can take the time to learn the camera locations, Zero is honestly incredible. He's an asset to any attacking lineup. You've just got to know where is the best use of those cams. He's essentially Valkyrie on attack, I think, although people have disagreed with me about that in the past. Anyway, enough waffling, let's get stuck into it. So starting with Nighthaven then, and we're going to be playing this exactly like Sam Fisher, super sneaky downstairs, putting cams through the floor for Nighthaven. First off, you've got to drone this area here. This is the storage corridor, or as it's called on the map, control room hallway. So we're going to be coming through this area here, and the places you've got to watch is over there, which is rafters stairs. You've got to watch the basement stairs or storage stairs there. And you've got to watch the fish stairs or CC stairs there. Eventually, we want to put the cam here. So start of the round, there's generally not many people down here, but obviously you've got to drone it out. Do not jump through that window without droning it out, or I'll never forgive you. You don't need to come all the way over to here. You don't need to like put yourself in front of these stairs. Once you get into storage, once you get into cargo, you're okay here, and the camera is going to go. Make sure, by the way, of course, you've got the double arrow, so you know it's going to go through the floor. It's going to go about there. The next one you can do whilst you're downstairs, although you can do this one from the window, so I'll show you what you can do from the window. Oh, sorry, I didn't say... Well, actually, slow down, Andy. Whilst you're here, if you can drone down to this area down here, and you can make sure there's no one in bottom warehouse or on the stairs, just peek this angle quickly and try and get one on this sort of circular area here. Now, that one may get shot because there'll generally be someone playing rafters. But if you can get that there, I think that's pretty well hidden, and we'll come on to why that's useful in a sec. The other one that you can do from the window externally, which is really, really helpful, is over this direction. Again, if you spawn south side, you can do this first. The only thing I would say is you sometimes have defenders holding this window from above, because this is the window you would come to. This is the window you would come to if you wanted to get the denial off the breach. So sometimes defenders will make a shotgun hole here, and they'll be looking through this window, because an Ash will come to this window at the start of the round, fire an Ash charge here, and it'll get rid of the bandit batteries on the breach. So again, don't open this without drone. Don't just punch this window without droning this to make sure no one's peeking it, because you'll probably just get shot in the face. If there is somebody peeking it, you're going to have to do it later in the round. But what you want to be aiming for is... we have to punch out the bottom there. This area over here. About there. And we'll have a look at what this... In fact, let's go upstairs so I can show you where each of those cameras comes through. Obviously, the first one is on warehouse stairs. We know that's there, but I don't think that's easy to see. And as a defender, you're going to be playing around this area here, hiding from the breach here, and there's army playing around here. So they're not even going to know that that's gone on there. I don't think you'd be able to tell that. If I shot that even more central, you'd never be able to tell. But the image that gives you is obviously all of rafters. You can see underneath for the flank, the stairs. I think that's a really good cam. I've used that before. I think it works really well. The other one that was from the window downstairs is right here in IT. So we go above, and now you can see where we are. We're under the cabinet here. Never ever going to get seen. It gives you a really good view of IT. Obviously into server and control. You can't see rafters, unfortunately, but you could get a bandit battery if it was on that side of the wall there. This will give you information for people crossing between. If there's somebody late round coming out of rafters going towards servers, you're going to be able to see that from there as well. And the final one, which is the best one, is the one that we shot first, which comes up in the corner of server under the desk. Look at where we are there. Ow, that really stings. Look at that. Never ever going to get seen. Incredible cam. It's going to give you so much information. You can get the denial off this wall potentially if there's any denial on that wall. But usually you've got, if that wall gets opened, you've got defenders playing here. Or if this wall isn't opened and people are coming to electrical door over there, you're going to have defenders playing here. So being able to see that from here, it's just such an incredible cam. 3 cams there that if we were to start the round again and we were going to place those 3 cams, I reckon we could get those 3 cams placed within 40 seconds of the round starting. And that's nearly all your cams that you need for the round. You could then go and place one on the staircase above lobby. You could come through the door here on the left. And there's a nice spot up by the original default cam. You can punch this from the outside, put a cam up here, get rid of the default cam, and that's your vault cam. It's not a vault cam at all. That's your flank cam for this area as well. And again, another one that's can you see that? I mean, I can just about see it there, but that's basically invisible. So you get the cam for free because you can't get that from the door, obviously. Get the cam for free. There's 4 cams on Night Haven, which is absolutely incredible. And again, you could probably get them done within 60 seconds. Let your support players drone in your entries. In the meantime, you go around and put 4 cams around the map, which are going to be absolutely critical to your team winning the round. Zero's amazing. So let's have a look at Labs Basement, and I feel like this one is a little bit easier. Well, getting control of the area that you need is a little bit harder, but once you've got control of the area, the 4 cameras are so easy and give you so much info. When you're attacking the basement, you need to take control of this area here, which is storage. You need to take control of bottom warehouse. You need to take control of the little office here called control room. You also need to take control of what I call games room, but it's not actually called games room in the game. It's called lounge, even though I still call this games. Do you call it lounge or games? Maybe I need to start calling it lounge instead. So, first things first, you need to get control of this area. Now, whether you come through lower warehouse over here, or whether you come from storage here or the window over here, it doesn't really make a difference. You just need to make sure you get control of this area. And the 4 cams you're going to fire down is in this corner here, which is going to look towards the breach, which is underneath us here. You've got this room, this corner here, which is going to cover all of Nano. Then come into lounge or games, and you go to the side of this sofa, which is Exosuit, underneath. And then you go over to the control room or to small office, whatever you want to call it, over here. We fire it right in the corner here, and this is going to cover tank. I'm actually just going to nip downstairs and show you where all 4 of these cameras appear, because it's absolutely incredible. How long did it take us to place those cameras then? Maybe 25, 30 seconds? Yes, you've got to make sure it's clear, which takes a bit of time. Once you've got those cameras down, camera number 1 looks at the breach. So this was the one that went in the corner of the warehouse. That comes out over here. Give you so much information. Can get rid of cave claws, bandit batteries, etc. around here, and we'll cover this area. You've then got camera number 2, which comes out in Nano. Look at what this gives you here. That is over in this corner here. In this room here, sorry. Where's Zero gone? Hello. Right underneath you, baby. Right there. That will enable you to get the mirror off the wall here, get the mirror off the wall here if they're playing a mirror, or just give you loads of information about this room. This room is somewhat safe because not everyone makes vertical over here for some reason. You've then got the 3rd one, which covers Exosuit, which is this area here. That's the bottom of Exo stairs. You've got the hatch there. Might as well show you whilst we're down here. It appears just above this door here. There we go. That one's going to cover Exosuit, sorry. And then the only area we haven't got covered yet is tank. But that's the one we put in control room, which is going to appear through the floor somewhere over there. So if you go to the 4th cam. Where is he? Oh, right in the corner there. There's the one for tank. So let's just have a look at those 4 cameras. Tank, pretty much all covered. The only place that we haven't got covered is the small room here on the single breach wall in Animus. Somebody could be in here and we wouldn't see him because this tank's in the way. But other than that, we've got all of tank covered. All of Exosuit stairs covered. And Exosuit itself. All of Nano covered. You can get the mirrors off the wall if you want to as well. And assembly and the assembly breach. It's absolutely insane. And how long did it take us to put those cameras down? 30 seconds maybe? Let me just run through the location of them again because it's not always easy to remember. So you get control of this area first. The one that covers tank goes in this corner here. So this is in control room and that's this one. This covers tank. We've then got 2 over in this direction in storage. This is the one that looks at the breach here in this corner. You can get this one through the window as well if you want to. That was the first one we put down. That covers this. We've then got the one over in the other corner of storage, which covers all of Nano, which is this area here. Again, mirrors are really common on this wall looking towards Exo stairs. Mirrors really common on this wall looking towards assembly breach. And then finally, we've got the one that we put in games or lounge, which covers Exo just here. So let's just pretend we're shooting these now and count. All right, so camera 1 shot. 2, 3. And you can do this one from the window. You don't have to actually go in here either. 4. What's that? 20 seconds maybe to get those 4 cameras down. But as I said at the beginning, don't just if you just jump in this window without droning it, then you deserve everything that comes your way. If I'm being quite polite about it. Bear in mind, some people have holes here as well. This is a good idea to do as a defender, is to make holes here and just watch this window from above, because everybody jumps in here all the time. Obviously, if you can't come in that way, you could even come up through the IT breach or through the IT door and come down rafters, or you could come through here, or again, storage. or sorry, warehouse window or control room window. Up to you. I always call this storage, by the way. I've just done it again then. Storage is this room here. 4 cameras for the basement in 20 seconds. Absolutely insane. Zero might be the best operator in the game. We're on to Lair Top Floor now, and these are 3 extremely good cameras. We're going to come down, we're going to spawn on the west side, come down these stairs here. Please watch you don't get a spawn peek from here. And please watch you don't get a spawn peek from here. The operational room spawn peek's easy to watch because there's a drone hole that looks right at the window there. So just make sure when you come around this corner here, some people just stand in this door, make sure no one's there. Open this window. And you're generally always going to have somebody playing on that double door there. So when you open it, make sure you stand a bit further down here so you can't really be peeked from there. Don't stand here because you can get peeked from the double door. You come down the stairs a little bit. We want to be firing the zero cam right up into the top left corner of that wall. Now what that's going to mean for the person who's playing in operational, if you just give me a second, I'll show you. There's generally always going to be a person playing here, and they'll either reinforce this wall or both, but obviously it doesn't matter with zero because you can go through reinforcements. So don't stand where I mentioned before because you'll get your head taken off, so you want to be a little bit further down the steps, like down here. Yes, they can still peek you from here, but surely nobody puts their head in the window there. So the point is that now they don't know where that zero cam is. Yes, they could peek this, but if they do peek this, 1, they're going to get seen from the window by you, and 2, you're going to have teammates on operational door, no doubt. But 2, they aren't going to know where it's landed, so they're not going to know to peek up there anyway. They'll think it's in this room somewhere. So the thing to do with this is you get on your cam, you've got to know where the default is, and I'll show you the default now, but we're going to use this cam to shoot that default really quick. So as we turn around, we're going to look about who's down underneath us here, but also the default just up there. Get rid of that default. See if there's somebody here. Obviously, there will be. It's usually a warden that plays here, sometimes with a shield. Get the info, and then bring the camera back around so it can't be shot, especially if it's reinforced. Then come back around, keep getting the info that you need. Once you've cleared out this area, use a book underneath is really helpful. Don't know why I just shot that laser, ignore that. A book underneath is really helpful around here. But using that info to clear out this area, once it's cleared, you've then got the info for the flank back into CEO there. The other thing I've just called the CEO, Master Office, sorry. I suppose you could still call it CEO. It's still called Office. Once you've fired this cam here, obviously you're not going to come into the map just yet. Once you've fired that cam there, you're then going to come over to this side of operational. Drone out this, make sure there's nobody there. Oh, yeah, there's nobody there. And then drone out this, leave your drone in the corner here. Open this door. And you're going to have both flanks covered in about 6 seconds. Fire your cam right at the top. Fire your cam right at the top. And all of a sudden now, both flanks, the green stairs and for blue stairs, are both covered. But within, what, 8 seconds there you can do that? Yes, you can put drones in places, but drones are more useful where you can drive them around and get info. Don't forget to shoot the default. You can't see that up there. Defenders certainly aren't going to see it, and they're certainly not going to see that one up there either. But within, if you were to do that at the start of a round, you open the operational window and get that camera in the corner there. Then you come and put the 2 flank cams here. How long is that going to take you? 30, 35 seconds? And then from there, you've still got a spare one. Let me show you a cool spot underneath for another camera, which is in medical, which is actually going to go in the corner of Master Office. It's going to end up being in here. Now, this is only going to be really useful if you're underneath. If you're not underneath, then you're not going to be coming down here, but you're going to go here, in this, anywhere in this square, next to the ceiling line. And if you do get the chance to go below, then definitely do fire that there, because it's going to give you all the info you need for Office. Bring it through the floor. As you can see now, we're in the corner of Office. You can get it further in the corner. But again, for defenders, it's not super obvious. If you got it in the corner here, it'd be less obvious, but... again, there'll be tons of defenders playing around this area here. If you can just get a bit of info about where people are, or people are swinging the breach, or moving out the office, or peeking here into operational. Those 3 cameras especially, this one is useful to have, but I don't think it's going to be something you use all that often, because as zero, you're probably not going to be going below that much once you've got those 3 cameras in place. But that's top floor on Lair. We're on basement on Lair now, and we've spawned on the east side of the map, sorry, and we're going to open this door here into warehouse. The first cam we're going to shoot, obviously you've got to, I'm not just opening these doors assuming no one's there, obviously you drone this out. Your first one goes on that lampshade over there. This is going to give you all of warehouse, and you can see the stairs there. You only get a slither of the stairs, but they come down the stairs, come around there, and then through this door here if they're going to be flanking. Unless, of course, this wall here is open. Assuming that wall isn't open, it isn't always open, but even if it is, you'd still see them in this area. Like, they come down the stairs through this area here, and then they'd go through that wall there, if not through this door. So that's what camera 1 down. We then go over to this side of the map. We shoot the default count. We go over to this side of the map. And just be careful when you run around this corner, by the way. I've been killed from here a couple of times by people holding this corner, because people spawn over here like where we did, come running around here, and then get smoked from this window. So just make sure that's clear. Don't just dart past there. And also, similarly, when you come to this door here, which is what we want, make sure that window, that side, is clear as well. Don't just walk across here and start punching this. I've got a few kills myself. I'm just holding that window and people running across here without even realizing that's there. Same as above as well. Then we want to be opening this door here. And, I mean, you don't have to open it all the way, but it helps because at some point you probably want to get into the building. I want to fire that up into the top left of that wall there. And I'm going to come over to the window opposite. And in a similar sort of way, we're going to fire that into the top right-hand corner there. Now, let's have a look at what those cameras show you. Obviously, we talked about the one on warehouse. The second one looks all the way into lockers, and you can see a bit into sight. Lockers, for me, I generally attack from this area here. Lockers is one of the most difficult rooms to get a hold of in here. But once you've got a hold of this room, taking the side becomes a lot easier. By the way, I've died to a frost mat being placed here so many times, so be careful when you jump over there. But there's just so much cover. A zombie's great for in here, putting keeper barriers on here, and of course you can shoot from there, swing around to that side, then come back this side. It's a really difficult room to get a hold of, I find. Obviously, having that camera at the top there. Generally, bear in mind, these walls are going to be reinforced, so the zero cams aren't going to stick out as obvious as they are. And then finally, the other one is in the room between sites. Just up at the top of this corner here. In we pop. There I am. Ow, that stings. But that there, especially this is always going to be reinforced. And again, you probably won't see that up there. You've just got to be careful about the noise that it makes as you come through. By the way, an absolutely masterful trick, which good old Hard Baguette once showed me actually, is place a claymore on this drone hole here. And just place that there, because there's so many. Maestro is a great operator on this site. Echo's a great operator on this site. But any operator like Maestro and Echo that just hang around down here in this like one room and just sit on the cams, look how far those claymore lasers come across, and if they stand in that, they're going to get smoked by the claymore. I've gotten a few kills just from placing a claymore there. So shout out to Hard Baguette to that. Who also does stream on Twitch and YouTube under the alias @HardBaguette. So go and give him a follow on those two platforms. Anyway, so they're the 3 cameras there. Of course, we've got one left, but yeah, up there, the one in lockers on the wall as well, and then the one in warehouse. There's a 4th camera you can use, and all of this floor across this site is soft here. Toxin has a little bit of soft floor. We don't have any soft floor in missile. But we do have soft floor in lockers, so you could go upstairs and find places to put it. I mean, this is going to be your best bet here in lab, if you want to try and get a camera down. Probably somewhere in this corner here, I would say. I don't actually know where that goes. Have I put that in the right place? I can't take it up there, so I'm going to put it on the rafters. But I'll go and have a look where that is upstairs at some point. But they're the 3 cameras you want to use mainly. And again, wonderfully, you can go to warehouse, fire that one on the lampshade. Come to here and fire that one on the lockers wall. Try and get it more in the corner, I would probably say. I haven't placed that particularly well. And then, of course, the one on the connector wall there as well. Probably, again, all in 30 seconds, and is going to give you so much information to aid the team. So on to Consulate then, and the first cam I'm going to use is this is all for the top floor, but is for the corner of CEO. And to be fair, I actually saw this on a TikTok, so I'm not claiming this as my own, but it's a really, really good spot, and it'd be a shame if I didn't show you. So we come to the small office here, small box here, or closet, and we want to shoot out the wall over here. And what you want to do is aim for the corner. I'll show you what we're looking at. We want to be aiming for the corner of this room here, but on the floor, obviously, on the ceiling, so it goes through the floor. So you want to, don't shoot out the corner of the wall, you want to just a little bit into the inside, and we want to just aim about there. That's not far off, perfect. Obviously, it's easier if you're in the map and you can get it directly in the corner, but let me show you where this comes out, because it's an absolute beauty of a camera. And I've used this maybe 4 or 5 times since playing Consulate, and it's an absolute screamer. So first of all, I'm going to put it in the corner of the room. And now you've got to guess where it is. Where in the room is this? See it yet? I can see it. I just saw it then. Yeah, it's bang there. Unbelievable camera. Look at what it shows you. All of the back of CEO or console offices is known now, but people still call it CEO, obviously. So you want to do an execute that goes on this window here. This camera is absolutely unreal. The next one we're going to do, let's just throw a drone down so we don't have to keep running upstairs and downstairs. And this, the next one sort of makes shooting that wall a bit redundant, really, because the next one you're going to want to do is over here, in line with this, about here. So, yes, you can get that one from the window, and it's a really nice thing to not have to get into the map, but if you want to get another good cam, you've got to get this one here, so you might as well just drone this out, make sure piano's clear, come in here, get that in the corner, and then come to here, line it up with the wall like this, and get it in the middle there. And I'll show you what that shows you. Let me go through the wall. This is a similar sort of cam, but for meeting. You only see half of meeting, but you can see on my drone here that it comes up underneath this table, so it's fairly well hidden. And the next one, whilst we're still down here, come into lounge. You want to find the default cam. Shoot the default cam, obviously. And this is going to cover long desk under another chair as well. But you want to be right in this corner where it's dark, under the long desk. Ping it there. You can see it's in line with this sort of ceiling, whatever you want to call it. Get it as far over to the wall as you can until you see that up arrow, so you know it's going to go through the floor. I must be on a girder there. By the way, yeah, you've got to bear that in mind because there's girders through the floor, so you can see how it's like, you can see the arrow, then it goes away, and it comes back, and it goes away. Always make sure you can see the arrow. Fire that in there. We'll go and have a look at it. I know the drone's there, but we're not in a rush. Bring it through the floor. There she blows in the corner of long desk. Really well hidden. And, of course, you're going to see all the long desk. And you're going to get sound onto vending, which people play shields here because it's a really strong spot with it being a solid floor. Holding into admin and visa stairs. So yeah, having that there, you're going to hear if someone's there as well. But there's no way a defender sees that. Not a chance. This one I think is a little bit more obvious because the table's not as the table's a bit tall. It's not quite as small. But this one, honestly, this is going to win you so many rounds. It's an absolute screamer. There is another one you can do to cover the admin side of things, which covers this drone hole here. It goes in admin below, just there on the drone hole. If I drop the hatch, I'll show you. So you put it as far over to the wall as you can. It'll cover a bit of admin. Up we go. And then obviously you can see out the drone hole for anyone crossing as well. You can see the top of the door to spiral there. So it's a really useful drone, but a really useful cam. The only thing is, obviously, it's on the complete other side of the map. So if you're putting cams over here, and then here, and here, if you can drone out the other side, then great. Obviously, if you know you've got the bottom floor, just be careful, because once you drone out Piano and Expo, it's fairly easy. It's 2 rooms. There's only one door, really, that leads out of it there, so you've just got to watch that. When you start getting to this area here, you've got the flank that goes around from long desk round to Visa. You've then got to worry about this area here as well, and it's a little bit more tricky. So, by all means, get the cam down. It's only going to help your team, but those first 3 that we showed are just absolute shoo-ins. And then finally, let's have a look at the basement for Consulate. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, come to the same window for small box, punch out the bottom right, and what we want to be looking at is the corner of this wooden area here, but slightly further up, where this pole ends is where you want to be. So wait, if you put it in the corner, you can see we don't get the up arrow, which means it can't go through the floor. Wait until we get to about there, flick it through the floor, and you can now see all of the garage. You're going to be able to get the bandits off the wall if need be. You can see pretty much all of the garage, but you can't see the kitchen rotate, but we'll deal with that in a second. Then we want to come over to yellow stairs. Drone out yellow stairs very quickly. Make sure there's no one on the stairs. Make sure there's no Fenrir, Capcan traps, etc. on the door. And also just make sure there's nobody tucked in here. Now the aim of this is to open this barricade and very quickly pop in and fire a camera in line with this grey grate so the camera stays hidden. We need to shoot the radio. Hopefully the defenders have done that for us during the round. So we pop in, we aim for right over that side. Don't throw it on that part of the wall, but this part of the wall instead. And you'll see now, if it's in line with the grey grate, you can see how much more hidden it is rather than sticking out against the grey concrete like this. Even then, though, it's still pretty well hidden. I think as a defender coming down here, I wouldn't even notice that. But that's there to see into sight, security door, and also, crucially, the late yellow stairs rotate. Now, the last 2 are tricky, and it's not easy to do, and it takes loads of practice. But what we're going to do is come to Bench's window. Let me just get the drone downstairs to show you what we're aiming for here. So this wall here, Bench's window, is where we are now. This wall here, obviously this doorway, sorry, separates security hallway and kitchen from the garage. So from here, we can punch out the bottom of the Bench's window. And we want to be shooting out this part of the wall here. And you want to make sure you get way more clearance on the wall than that. So shoot out there and over that side as well. And then there. So from here, you can now fire cameras at the floor on that side of the wall. And we want to be aiming for this side to get the kitchen and the security hall camera, and then also this side to essentially replace the default cam to see this corner of garage, because we've also got the cam over there that we threw down to begin with. So from here, you fire it to the left or to the right. If we want to just bob in to get exact locations, there's one thing that's a really useful tip, is this brown line is roughly where the cams need to be beyond. This side isn't quite soft floor. The soft floor starts about here, but I always just use this brown line as a guide. So the first one, we want to be roughly here to take out the default cam. Again, we want to be waiting until we get the arrows that let us know we're going through the floor. We fire that through there. And we're now in garage. We can take out the default cam, and now we can see the kitchen rotate, and we can see this corner of garage. So between this camera and this camera, we can see all of garage. Obviously, you're going to be able to hear anyone that's playing behind the pillar here, but all of this area is really, really crucial. Then we want to come to slightly further over, and we want to now be aiming in this sort of area here. And again, wait until you've got both arrows up and down. And when we go through the floor here, this is now going to give us security hall flank, and also through into kitchen, and also the other side of that kitchen rotate. So you can see the kitchen rotate that side or that side. Now, these can both be done from the window. Just this one is slightly further over to this direction, but it can be done. It takes a little bit more practice. You just need to make sure you aim beyond the brown line. Obviously, you can see the one that's security hallway, and the one for the default cam would go there. Not quite as far over, but they both can be done from this angle. Like I say, it takes a bit of practice. If you've already got a book, or you've already got control of this area, like a book already doing vertical and piano, etc., then just go in and obviously drop the cameras on there. You've got hard breach charges, you could maybe help with the hatch. We've got claymores at the minute, but if you've got hard breach charges, you could get the hatch, place those two cameras down at the same time. If you don't want to go in because you've not droned it and you haven't got the time, you can do it from here if you practice it. But those 4 cameras are going to give you this corner of garage, that corner of garage, yellow stairs flank, and obviously security door, and then also security hall and through into cafe kitchen as well. Incredible 4 cameras that if you practice and you get this bit down, first 2 cameras are done within 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe. This bit here is probably after 45 seconds. If you have to go into the map, maybe after 60 seconds. But even if you spend 60 seconds getting those 4 cameras in place, you've still got 2 minutes left on the round to act on the information you're going to gather. If you can be bothered to learn where the cameras go, which I still need to improve on, like it's really difficult to learn where all cameras go to, but if you can be bothered to learn the locations and the best spots for the Zero cams, he truly is amazing. So there we have it, a handful of locations for Zero to make best use of those August cams. And again, I said it at the beginning of the video, just take the time to learn how to place those cams in the best possible spots, and you're going to be an asset to any team that you play on. Thank you to everybody who gets involved with the channel, including you. Yes, you sat at home or wherever you are. Might be on the train, could be on the bus, could be on an aeroplane. If you're in a different location than just sat at home, get it in the comments below. Someone commented on a video, by the way, saying, it was like a couple of days ago, appreciate the videos I watch from Taiwan, and it like blew my mind about it. I was like, wait, there's people in Taiwan watching an old bald man from Stoke make siege videos. But anyway, it was pretty incredible. So yeah, if you're in somewhere interesting, let us know in the comments. But other than that, thank you for watching. Appreciate you once again. I'll see you next time. Cheers.